everyone, Michelle here, personal trainer and lifestyle coach. Today we are here to talk about our May 2021 theme of the month, being nice to yourself. Now, last month we focused on being proud of things that we were doing, taking pride in the things that we did, and making sure that we were putting all of our effort into the things that mattered. Now, these are all really great things, but as we focus on pride, sometimes we start to also judge ourselves. Did I put my full effort into that? Was that something worth being proud of? And when we start to think this way, and when we're very growth mind oriented, sometimes it is a little bit harder to realize how far we've come and how the self-confidence that you have every single day has allowed you to accomplish so much to get where you are today. So we're gonna take a little step back, and this month we're gonna work on our confidence level. We're gonna work on talking to ourselves and making sure that we are acknowledging again why we're here and realizing that you're pretty freaking cool and you've done some awesome things. And those are the parts that are going to help you excel in the future. Now, something I like to ask some of my clients is, when was the last time you gave your friend a piece of advice and maybe didn't follow it? Or the last time your friend was having a hard time and you told them, it's okay, you've got this, just push. But when was the last time you told yourself that? Oftentimes we find that there's a gap between the way that we conversate with other people and the way that we talk to ourselves. So now here we are trying to decrease that gap and allow ourselves to really rationalize while we're in the moment. There's a wonderful book called The Confidence Gap by Russ Harris, and he mentions in this book a really cool exercise about how to detach from an emotional situation in order to be able to analyze and rationalize a little bit better. So one of the things that he mentions is, if you are ever really harsh to yourself and you are maybe putting yourself down, in order to be able to keep yourself from going into that rabbit hole, you can do the following things. You can maybe say the phrase in a funny voice or an accent. You can sing the phrase. You can either write it down or imagine it in your head as a text and mess with the font, mess with the style, mess with the color. And what these things do is they allow you to detach from the phrase itself. Remember that we have thoughts. We are not our thoughts. So being able to detach from that allows the emotional piece of you to kind of take it by the wayside for a moment while you really think through the situation. And then you start to realize maybe what other people were thinking in that situation, how other people were feeling, or maybe you realize that it's not as serious as you thought it was, right? It's very easy to go down that rabbit hole. And if we can catch ourselves before we do, then we're able to analyze that situation a little bit better. So this month, our goal is going to be to talk to ourselves and to be nice to ourselves, to realize when we're about to go down the rabbit hole and when we're being harsh on ourselves, and be able to pull it back and reel it in. So one of the things that we're going to do for our daily check-in is that you are going to write down one adverse thought that you had that day. Something that maybe you were not being very nice to yourself, or that you thought negatively about yourself, and then you're going to give us a piece of advice that you would give to a friend in that situation. This again is going to help disassociate the emotional tie to the situation itself. And of course, technically we're giving the advice to ourselves, but if we start to think about it as giving advice to a friend, then we might be able to receive it a little bit differently. I was talking to one of my clients about our theme of the month last month for taking pride in things that we did. And one of the things that she mentioned is that she is her harshest critic. And I think a lot of us often are. So keeping in mind, and something that I told her, is there is a difference, and there is a very fine line between setting standards for yourself and never letting yourself reach them. So keep in mind that we really want to set the standards slightly higher than we are right now, right? We want to be able to grow. We want to be able to reach something, but that's the key. We want to be able to reach it, find that success, be able to accomplish that thing. Set yourself up in the most ideal situation so that you can find success. And then we raise the bar a little bit higher. So keeping in mind that being able to acknowledge the things that you're accomplishing every single day and being able to acknowledge that you are working towards your goal every single day is really just gonna make you hungrier and hungrier to be able to continue pushing and to continue growing. As always, I'm very excited to hear your feedback. Please feel free to direct message me or comment below with any questions that you have or anything that you might want to share. Thanks so much, guys.